Welcome to the Mannatech Tool of the Month program. Thank you for listening to this audio and thereby investing in yourself and your Mannatech business. We hope you find the information on this audio beneficial and rewarding.
With them a warm welcome. I do also want to take the opportunity and thanking Sylwen Presidential's Quincy Marie van Sale for a great introduction, and I really appreciate that. And also to my mentors, coaches, and very good friends, two-star platinums, Louis and Leonie, for the indelible trust that you bestow on us, and also speaking to into your entire business. My topic tonight is what Mannatech can do for you. And I'm going to speak to you guys from my perspective and maybe my walk. I'm going to give you some of the backdrop of why I feel that Mannatech is the business and probably the business for us. And so I'm going to go right into it because of time. For entrepreneurs, these are times that are teeming with economic potential, and everybody else is saying, they speak lack. Our business system speaks of, how we, how it's budding with excitement and opportunity, and what this Mannatech business can really give you. So the company and how it represents is they have tangible instruments that makes the industry. It makes us industry leaders, and we have a well-adjusted corporate team. Not only provide the associates with cutting-edge technology and patent-driven products. I mean, everybody knows about that. Together with probably the most advanced and most great appointed compensation plan in the industry together, that sets the stage for an incredible opportunity for us to take forward, not only for ourselves, but for people out there. Added criteria of excellence is also the additions that create a golden pot of opportunity, where we also, in addition to the incredible products and the incredible compensation plan, we also have the TOM system, the tools of the month. In my opinion, it forms the backbone of our business, and for me, it's a very, very important part because it gives us the opportunity to share with an open mind with brand new associates, so that they can become part of a team, and also create pure duplication instead of just taking chances. For me, apart from the TOM system, we also have the coaches, the guides, the mentorship, and the friends. In my particular business, that would be Louis and Leonie. Apart from them just being incredible friends, they're also master dreamers. And it requires you to have a dream to have one come true. So for me, it also is part of creating a leadership force. Money does not go to a business with the best product or service. It flows and it gushes to a business where leadership and good leaders are formed or created. And the TOM system is paramount and integral to that whole system. And that is why I am so for the system, because it takes you from wherever you are to where you want to be. It grows you on absolutely all levels. I'm flabbergasted at times when I find people maybe that don't understand the enormity of what we have, because it grows you on a mental level, physical, spiritual, and also an emotional level. And it's ongoing, which is fresh. It allows us the opportunity to grow at our own pace, because we literally running our own race. This business is, what I like about it, it forms an identity around you. But what is great about it is that you can be, do, and have whatever you want. You can create an empire if you want, or you can just idle along and participate in probably what I would believe the most comprehensive personal development system on the planet, because it's ongoing and it's fresh. So Then apart from that, we also have, within the Mannatech arena, we also have what we call the mastermind principle, where the counseling, coaching, and guiding, and all that goes with that, that we can all participate in. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, he spent a lot of time, look, he's the cash guru at the moment, but he spends a lot of time researching network marketing companies, and he kind of was always in the front row of these presentations, and he's listened to the innuendos of what was said behind the scenes, and what he found was it wasn't literally people just handing out products. It was a training system within a business for people to overcome themselves, because that's basically what we are all doing. 0 to 7, we create you know, confined spaces in our channels of our head spaces, and then we spend the rest of our lives trying to get out of it. And what I'm excited about our program is because we have this training system that will destroy those limitations or barriers, and I'm very, very excited about being a part of that. I'm basically saying, if you want to change your life, you've got to change what's in your head, and you basically, part of that program is also for you to lose your friends or family who's not with you. And I'm basically saying, it sounds tough or hard, but the idea is to learn to love them from afar. I understand that, you know, family is important to some, but if they're not on the same page as you, the idea is to, if you want freedom, you've got to change your mind to change your money. It's unfortunately how the world works. We say that your weight or your money or who you are as a person is generally related to your five best friends. So, I mean, if you have a few friends who have helicopters, then basically if you don't have one, you'll feel out, so you won't be friends with them for long. This discussion it forms part of the backdrop of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and what I believe is that forms a great foundation, and why I believe Mannatech is the company to you know, that should do it for you. You know, we offer financial independence. What does that mean? Financial freedom is basically if you earn a rand more than what your expenses are, then you are regarded as financially independent, financial freedom. That's what it means. And also the other thing is they say if you spend 10,000 hours, when you apply yourself, you become an expert at whatever it is that you're applying yourself. You know, we call it love in action. You know, to be who you are, which is, I would believe, authenticity. It's something I strive for on a daily basis. You know, the idea of that is that what you want out of life is who you really are, and you want to become what you want to become, not what other people would want you to become. So basically the growth would be, you know, from a spiritual, emotional, physical, and also the mental level. So the improvement is really personal. Although you are in a business with a group of people by yourself, but not alone, you also, the journey is quite a lonely one within your headspaces, unless you can master it and overcome and become the most powerful you that you want to be. Because that's ultimately what this journey is all about, is to overcome you and to obviously create financial independence or freedom. And you can't be free unless you're financially free. It doesn't exist in any other paradigm. And the other thing that I'll maybe add to why I believe Mannatech is the company that does it for me is to create a legacy. It's twofold. The one is business and the other one is assets. And the other main thing for me is that it creates principled leaders. I mean, if everything and all else fails, the principles of success is the same, and it permeates time, transcends time. For me, it's a very, very important thing. It's the reason why I say Mannatech, you know, is the company for me. The culture is also very important. It's formulated by leadership, and it's carried through by the individuals in the group by virtue of duplication, monkey see, monkey do, kind of, you know, that's how we get to teach people. And what is incredible is that our sound training system creates that environment. And that's why I'm proud to be associated, because it's a system that assists, creates, and in my opinion, the eighth wonder of the world, the power of leverage. Because you can set people, the most important thing for us is to, in the Mannatech system, is that we do have that system that we can actually put people in and let the system decide, let them participate within the system, and let the system give them the chance to have whatever they want. It's not that, you know, we always say that you're going to become the librarian rather than the library. So we even take care of that. For me, a very important thing that I believe Mannatech certainly has done for me is it's given me time. I think for me, you know, the one thing that you can make a lot of money, but you can't make more time. And for me, it gives you time. If you look at things, I'm going to talk to you about something that I would talk as or meaning that it's normal, but it's actually abnormal. So I'm going to say most people spend between 1.78 and 2.63 years of their life spending time. That's what they, in a 45-year cycle that they call a holiday. To think that they work for 45 years and about 2.5 years they have, in other words, 2 weeks per year, and multiply that by 45, and in the region of some people have 2 weeks, some people have 3 weeks. But that's all they have in the entire lifetime as holidays. And I believe it's completely abnormal to work for 45 years and take 2 years off. There's something wrong about that. And what I like about what we can do for people is that we can, first of all, alert them to the fact that it's absolutely abnormal to get into a rut like that. Bearing in mind that 73% of your income goes to some form of tax or VAT or some form of expense, and 27% you have left. And all you do with that is create an environment where you get dressed, put your makeup on for ladies, and they get dressed to go back to work, to fuel your car and for living expenses. So I think there's a lot wrong with it's good to have a job. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, for those who are employed, they shouldn't be employed. I'm saying that is why we do Mannatech, because it allows us the opportunity through its compensation plan, having the intellectual property and the patents on our product, gives us the opportunity to be where Microsoft was in 1950 odd when it was created. We have the same opportunity with Mannatech. So it's a horror show to get to spend all your life working, and then the end, according to the insurance stats, to be broke at the age of 65. I mean, it is sorry and somber and very sad to be able to, when you know it today, to still continue on the path or have other people do that. I mean, service to many leads to greatness. This is what we do. We go out there and we share this opportunity so that people can be alert to the fact that there is something else out there that can create freedom for themselves. And all they have to do is obviously do the work. I mean, nothing comes from doing nothing. The extra income, I don't think it's J. Paul Getty that said it's much rather take 1 cent from 100 people than take 1 rand from one. I was talking about the eighth wonder of the world, which is the power of leverage, power of duplication. And what we create is disposable income, you know, and in simplicity, for those that don't want to go into the jargon, it's to say, it's better to have 2 streams of income than 1. I mean, for me, I always felt that there's magic in part-time. You know, when you go out there and you tell somebody, look, I've just made 2,000 Rand extra on my income this month. And they said, well, is that a 2,000 Rand increase? That alone is a story to tell. If you go and you ask your boss for a 2,000 Rand increase, that would be a story to tell. But what about if you tell them that you just made 2,000 Rand part-time? There's magic in that. It's much more alluring to give that as a statement than to say that you've just gotten a 2,000 Rand increase. So for me, it is important to know that that's what Mannatech can do for you. I mean, there's a brand new compensation plan. It's even better than the one that went before. And if you do what you need to do, you'll get the money and the reward. company, the corporate has decided, obviously looking through all the channels to see what maximum benefit they can do and give to their associates. And if you do what you need to do, you'll make all you need to want to make. I mean, there's enough money in this compensation plan for you to live a very good life. And also it's by choice, and it would be the more you do, the more you make. It's as simple as that. So, for me, why would 2,000 Rand be a big deal for you? I mean, most people I speak with, don't buy fresh flowers for their home. When most people I spoke to don't get massages, they don't go for massages. And 2,000 Rand is a little, but it's a lot if it's utilized properly. What about just saving for a holiday, or just the quality of life? It's better to sit on your wallet with 2,000 Rand in your back pocket than nothing at all. And personal development is also what Mannatech has offered, most certainly offering. And in my opinion, it's the absolute best. I mean, it's about overcoming. It's about creating. It's about building human capital. It's about creating that endeavor where people can improve. I can improve my own life first by participating in a system that I can turn to somebody else and say, why don't you do this? And then you can improve your own life. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, I'm running ahead, I'm leaving you behind. I said, because I participate in the exact same training system that you have on a monthly basis. And that is so rewarding for me, because the mentorship, the counseling, the coaching, and all that part of that development that takes, it actually takes one's entire life. I was chatting to somebody the other day, and I was saying that you would do all of that, and then when you know the most, you kind of transcend into the non-physical, which is kind of ironic. So when you know the most, that's the time you sort of leave the planet. But and the mastermind principle, that's an energy beyond normalcy. Most people think that it's just another little thing. The mastermind principle is everything. I mean, all these gurus that have the billionaires that were made in the 50s, they all understood that principle. And here we have it within our confines. I mean, we don't have to look elsewhere to try and find, the energy that created those trillion or billionaires. It's within our grasp. And for me, it's what sets us apart, and if it's understood and properly implemented, we can bring so much energy to the entire group, and that will give great treasure. And obviously that's where the Mannatech bigger picture will go, so that we can have, the $5 billion US program. For me, if you look at it, I mean, the general populace out there, the reason why we don't want to participate in in what we call normal, is that 60% of the people see the current economic status as a crisis, and 65%, of people, they 72% of people, adults today, think that they would much rather work for somebody else, and 67% of the population think about quitting all day long. Here we have a scenario where at your own pace you can create an income for yourself, and you can actually make the money, and to find out that it's nothing else but changing your mindset, and your current mindset is where your money is. So it's not like changing your address to make more money. You've got to change your mind, and that's why I believe that our TOM system is so integral to everything that we do. Again, why Mannatech is also great is because I've met so many new people, and what I like about it is like-minded. They might not be all in one team or one group, but they're all like-minded. They're all shouldering a sort of responsibility that runs, within all our veins, that we want to do good, because, I mean, as I said earlier, service to many leads to greatness, but you want to do good, you want to make money, but you also want to change the world, but you've got to change yourself first. And thank goodness we have the training program to go with that. And we've just come from an incredible holiday out in Mauritius, and to think that whilst most people have jobs as their motivation, we get to help other people. We make more money. Okay, the company pays us lavishly, and then they oodles of cash, and then from there they send you overseas. Whereas most people in a job scenario, the more they do, the more their bosses want from them, the less time they have, and guess what? They don't send the money in form of overseas trip. I mean, I think we represent 3.9% of the world's population, being able to, or affording ourselves to be flown around the world at a company's expense, whilst we're making more money and helping other people, whilst we're creating health. I mean, it's like, I have to stop because it's like too much. It's like so incredible, to think that it's all in what we call our business called Mannatech. And, for me, helping others has always been a treasure. The books of wisdom says service to many is greatness, as I said earlier so many times, because I believe it so much. Built into our program, it's paramount for us to assist other people. I mean, you're not going to advance in any way or form unless you go out there and you go and help other people. If you don't assist, you will not succeed. With the old saying, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you take a whole bunch of people with you. Okay, and then for me, retirement, it's not got to do with sitting on the strip with a rocking chair. I said it's about listening to money. So if you're making enough money, you can retire tomorrow. It's got nothing to do with age. Zero. Okay, it's got to do with setting yourself a goal, creating the dream, thinking abundantly, thinking positively. It's all the thinking. And all these books that have set ourselves up for great success. And again, on to Lord Louis for setting this whole thing up for us to participate. Not just us, but everyone who is ever going to be part of our program. So, I mean, the other thing that I think I do want to say, why the topic and why Mannatech, what Mannatech can do for you, it can also set you up to fall in love with a program where you keep helping other people. And if you keep helping other people and you enjoy what you're doing, I always tell people, you've got to have fun with this thing. I mean, for anyone who's ever spent 5 or 10 minutes in my company will know, the one thing I don't like is to be boring. And I always say to people, if you love what you do, it's not like working. And so how can I say to you that I'm working if I enjoy what I do? And as you enjoy what you do, you don't work a single day in your life. So that's a great formulation to live a life, so that you could live a life of choice. You help a lot of people. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Yes. So I always tell people we're going to cry together, we're going to laugh together, we're going to win together. It's very, very important, like we say. And so for me, it's important to get the job done. It's important to get the action done. It's important to create a platform for the kids in orphanages to be able to get the gift of giving when you help somebody, for them to have a product that will help them with their health. So here you have health, wealth, and fun. And you also have a platform where you can help these kids. But to me, in closing, I want to say, you've got to fall in love with this business. You've got to fall in love with the work, because there's a set of circumstances that you have to attend to, be, so that you can do and have. But for me, go grab yourself a life of choice. Grab yourself a dream. Grab yourself a legacy to help kids and help the kids in orphanages, as like I said, it's 5 million kids, to get to help them so that we can live a life of dreams and we can help other people to do the same. So I thank you so much. That's all from me.
The techniques talked about in this training are not requirements but merely suggestions. They have worked for many but are not a guarantee of future earnings or success. All earnings are based on the sale of Mannatech products, and your earnings will be based on your individual effort, your individual skill, and the market available to you. Please always consult your active upline before trying something new.